So I'm kind of sick, but and it's midnight and I'm bored. So screw it. I'm just gonna make a video. Hello, so this is Trop, and I want to talk about the quantifiable effects of communism on Eastern Europe, on society, culture, and habits, and discuss whether it has affected society in a negative way. Spoiler alert, it has 100% definitely. No doubt about it, and what we can learn from it. So without further ado, I'm currently in the Czech Republic, which is a country under a socialist government. It was part of the Warsaw Pact, Warszawska Smlouva, roughly from February 1948 to December 1989. And coincidentally, when the Communist Party won in Parliament in Czechoslovakia, Jan Masaryk, got really suicidal and killed himself somehow. Apparently, it had literally nothing to do with that. Let's just ignore that. And what usually happens in utopian political doctrines, everything goes to shit. Many people died throughout the process, whether that be, the Great Leap Forward or the 9-year plan of the Soviet Union. A lot of things need to be changed subsequently when such a regime, such an ideology is in power. Consider it a restructuring of society, if you will, where various previous societal and cultural norms are phased out for the new. So people, usually at work or at school, would, when addressing their superiors, I call them comrade, and it was very odd because, the previous decade it was fascism, that was the norm, repression obviously, and now you've got another horrible regime in power. The 1940s and 1950s are a very interesting time to be alive, especially if you're in Eastern Europe. But aside that, all of us, we're together in the cogs and gears of this system that we call the collective. There's no space for individuality, no sort of space for expression, self-expression, and you can definitely forget expressing your own actual opinions, your own ideas, because you're gonna be censored, because obviously you're probably conspiring with the scary West, which by the way has been ravaged by war, and is totally way worse off than here in the Eastern Bloc. It's just they want you to think that everything's better there, and that actual censorship isn't a thing. There's a very basic overview of what life was at that point in communist Czechoslovakia and in many other countries. The imprisonment of various intellectuals, actors, musicians, even daily normal people, just because they express their own actual opinions, was a very common thing that happened in those societies. And it is a disgusting overview of what utopian ideologies, systems inherently will become, because you can't create a perfect system, a perfect society that works in harmony and is so independent and self-reliable, and it needs no contact with the rest of the world because they're practicing the wrong type of ideology. It's just so messed up. Also, people will basically just spied on a daily basis. Even the members of the Communist Party, people involved in politics, people involved with bureaucracy, people involved with the running of various factories, whatever. If they had a important job, or if they had a controversial past, anything, they were spied, and everything was bugged, and their lives were in danger. There's no such thing as freedom in a communist, socialist-run society. I'm afraid that's just the case. And so now what we're seeing in many countries in the West that are going through various crises, whether that be economic, migratory, whatever, they're literally cracking down on free speech, the opinions of people. If you literally insult a person over the internet in Germany or Britain, you will get arrested. somehow. I just find it so ridiculous that countries that are participating in such deplorable actions against free speech and the common expression of thought haven't learned anything from the past, from history or anything like this. It's just very weird to see countries that have started doing this very recently, in just the past 15 years. And you're looking at it from the lenses of maybe a little bit of some historical knowledge, and it's just so weird. Like, what's the future gonna hold? Is it gonna get worse? Is it hopefully just some sort of weird temporary phase that governments in Western Europe are going through? Is this just and yeah, we're also seeing the deployment of police and agencies in cracking down said speech on the basis of being supposedly hate speech and being anti blah 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 rhetoric, which is very funny, blaming some sort of wacky, scary right-wing, xenophobic, racist mob, which is most definitely made out of working-class people who are just very angry with the state of the country. And if you don't know what country I'm talking about, it is the UK, more specifically. And okay, whatever. I don't wanna get into this all that much, but my main concern with countries of Western Europe is that there is something weird going on in terms of the entire management of countries, whether that be a distinct lack of duty, a distinct veracity against most of the population, because they're mad about something bad, some crisis, or migrant crisis, economic crisis, whatever. I just find it very weird that the governments are just doing it in such deplorable ways, and it's probably just going to get worse. Again, with the entire proposing thingy for governments, I think we should definitely be more conscious about the past, and I think just general political and historical literacy as a whole should be taught and promoted in schools and all education places, to ensure this sort of weird censorship that is happening in the UK, Germany, whether on the internet or in real life, could be somewhat combated. But that obviously is somewhat unrealistic. But we better hope that things improve. But yeah, anyway, that was about it from me. Just another very weird ramble, which was very inconsistent. But I hope you maybe learned something from it. And okay, I'll just stop now. Bye.